So the concern with centralization is whether there's one party that gets to determine what the rules are, that calls the shots, that can stop the system, that controls it, that can change the systems in ways that harm its users. The software is all open. Anyone can run a server, anyone can run a validator, and they do. Exchanges are stakeholders, people who hold XRP and run a server to process their own transactions. They're all stakeholders in the system. And if Ripple were to disappear, nothing would prevent them from continuing to operate the system exactly the way it operates today. A lot of people are concerned that Ripple might be able to create more XRP, but the protocol doesn't have any way to say, hey, I got a whole bunch of XRP, just don't ask me where it came from. The transaction rules are deterministic, the software is open source, there is no way to create XRP. Ripple currently holds about 60 billion XRP, that's 60% of all the XRP that will ever exist. 55 billion XRP have been locked in escrow to release over 55 months, a billion a month, and Ripple's done that to provide some level of supply predictability to ensure that we'll be holding our XRP over a period of time. Any XRP that we don't use in a month, just because a billion XRP releases every month doesn't mean that we'll use it. Or what we don't use at the end of each month will be returned to an escrow, adding a new month. And because those escrows are public on the ledger, that will also provide an additional level of transparency as people see how much XRP is returned to escrow each month. So as I've said publicly, one of my top priorities for 2018 is improving the decentralization of the XRP ledger. Through 2018, we'll be adding additional validators, and you'll look to see landmarks where the network will be increasingly independent of Ripple's operation.
Hey, what's going on, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Imagine a world where your investments could multiply overnight, but lurking in the shadows are forces that could take it all away. Today, we dive into the heart of this enigma where Ripple battles the SEC, where the future of XRP hangs in the balance, and where the altcoin market faces an unprecedented challenge. You won't want to miss this. Something seismic is happening in the crypto world. Ripple, one of the giants, is locked in a legal tussle with the SEC that could redefine digital assets. But here's the twist. A top lawyer is about to shed light on what this means for you and your crypto portfolio. And if you're holding XRP, there's news that could make or break your trust in decentralization. Meanwhile, whispers of an altcoin oversupply are growing louder and threatening to end the season that we've all been hoping for. But don't worry, we've got the insights to navigate through these choppy waters. Time is of the essence. Every moment that you wait could be a moment that you're missing out on a critical information that could safeguard your investments or multiply your gains. The SEC's next move, Ripple's response, the clarity on XRP's decentralization, and the impending altcoin market correction. These are not just news items, they're your roadmap to potentially explosive or evaporating returns. Stay ahead of the curve or you risk being left behind. So today we're going to be covering what's next for Ripple, the top lawyer to discuss the SEC case and future regulations, and the Ripple CTO ends the speculations about XRP centralization. And for all of you altcoin hunters out there, too many tokens. There's been analysts arguing over an oversupply that could end alt season altogether. We'll be diving into that. Plus, we will head over to X and find out all of the breaking news, what is happening in the crypto world today. We will be checking out XRP on the daily charts. We've got some really great news over here. We are still showing extreme bullish posture, and our momentum indicator has just about reset at 0, and we can start heading back to the upside. As we saw last time, the indicator reset to 0. It did stay there for a couple of days before making its next big move, and then ultimately the breakout to the new all-time high. But first, let's check in on CoinMarketCap for the overall health of the crypto market. Today's crypto market cap, as we can see right here, comes in at $3.58 trillion and $75.87 billion worth of volume in the last 24 hours. So we are still continuing this sideways momentum. Recent market cap lows coming back from us on January 13th. Ever since then, we did trade up. But really, it's been sideways since we reached this newest local high, January 17th, but we are still sitting in that same exact spot. Altcoin season index coming in at a 48. Yesterday, while recording, it was a 46, ended up being a 47. So we are starting to come up on the meter for altcoin season index. If you remember the beginning of December, we were all the way up in 87 because we started to have that nice pump to the upside of all coins. Last week, it was at a 42, and last month's average was a 41. Fear and Greed Index coming in at a 60 today, dropping just slightly from yesterday, which was a 61. Last week's average was a 64. and last month's was a 63. So still sitting in that same potential range there. Now, if you remember, though, the end of November, beginning of December, we were pumping pretty significant into the higher range. We were sitting at an 82 on the fear and greed. CoinMarketCap's top 100 index chart currently sitting at 221, and it is down just a slight bit here at 0.75%. Top 5 trending coins over on CoinMarketCap. Number 1 is XCN, number 2 Jupiter, number 3 Alpha, number 4 Mochi, and number 5 Pangu. So let's cover our first headline here today. Too many tokens. Analysts argue oversupply could end the altcoin season altogether. With 36.4 million tokens flooding the market, analysts question whether altcoin season are a thing of the past. And if you remember, way back in 2015, altcoin season was like XRP, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And then 2021 was a significant year where you had several major explosions in altcoins. Number 1 being Shiba Inu, and then all the dog tokens and everything that came after that. And then we have this year with the invention of Pump Fund. It is absolutely inundated with coins after coins all day long. Analysts and traders are debating whether an altcoin season, a period when alternative cryptocurrencies outperform Bitcoin in the market, is completely over. Historically, altcoin season have been marked by significant price rallies for non-Bitcoin cryptocurrencies. In the 2017 to 18 cycle, the market experienced the most explosive growth, with the coins like Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin posting record-breaking gains. And crypto analyst Ali Martinez argues that the sheer number of altcoins that are coming out now makes the possibility of a sustained alt season unlikely. Today, there are over 36.4 million altcoins compared to fewer than 3,000 during the 17 and 18 run, and even fewer than 500 when it was 2013 and 14. With such a massive supply of coins, the market has changed significantly. If we take a look at this chart here by Dune Analytics, you can see there was not even a blip on the radar as far as number of tokens coming out. Then 2021, we did have a pretty huge spike. And if you remember, this was when the Binance token launches went absolutely nuts. Then Solana came along and really started to take leadership in that. And now you can see head and shoulders above everybody. Because of Pump Fund, Solana is the largest launching of tokens. Number of unique tokens over time, token creation, adoption, analysis. You can see every other chain that has altcoins doesn't even reach the 10 million coins, while Solana's chain absolutely dwarfs over 30 million just on Solana. Supply is starting to become greater than demand, so it takes a really sharp eye and a really fast finger to find coins that are pumping before they're dumping for some of those. And then you got to find the ultimate ones, which are cult classics, which are the hardest to find. And that is why you want to join Altcoin Pro. And at the end, we're going to cover that. Don't forget to head over to bullrunners.com, www.bullrunners.com, and get started on Altcoin Pro today. $97 a month or $970 for the year, 100 plus expert curated classes. We have live weekly calls where we are discussing altcoins, daily market updates, altcoin picks, technical analysis, DeFi yields, and airdrops. Over 1,200 members, satisfied members already signed up. Don't get left behind. Sign up today. So echoing the sentiment, economist Alex Kruger noted how the oversupply of tokens affects market behavior. Too many tokens, infinite more to come. Supply of tokens is greater than demand. This illustrates why expecting an altcoin season where everything goes up for an extended period of time is a misplaced idea. Kruger wrote on X, he predicted the future of alt seasons would be shorter, lasting only a few days or a few weeks at most. But in reality, if you're in the trenches, as they call it, and you are trading pump fund tokens, you don't need an altcoin season because it's every day is an altcoin season. You may only have an altcoin season for 30 minutes or 15 minutes on some of these coins, but you can be involved in altcoins, not seasonally, year round, but it is a really difficult game to find the right ones over there. Kruger also pointed out the challenges for investors, noting that an abundance of options make effective portfolio management more difficult. Being a good coin picker is now very hard, just as being good stock pickers is also very hard. Synonymous crypto trader Ash Crypto raised concerns about the dilution of the altcoin market, blaming the proliferation of meme coins and low quality tokens. Market is diluted. Exchanges are only listing means to grab volume and grow their user base. Retail buys these memes and is down 80% in a week and then quit. Meanwhile, Kai-Young Ju, CEO of CryptoQuant, compared altcoins to Bitcoin, stating only a few altcoin projects with strong use cases and narratives will survive. And institutional interest could drive select altcoins. So, however, not all analysts are bearish on altcoins. Michael Vanderpomp predicts that certain utility-focused coins could attract institutional interest, saying, I think we will see real utility coins take the spotlight as institutional interest grows. Vanderpomp further noted that Ethereum might lead the next rally, describing ETH as the most hated rally of 2025. So again, if you're interested in altcoins, need some questions answered, you want to have a community that you can get involved with, jump over here and join us at Altcoin Pro, bullrunners.com. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now. And as we know, XRP family, XRP army, Bitcoin maxis have been absolutely losing their mind over on X. And the main talking point they continue to say is that XRP is not decentralized. It's owned by a company, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's take a look here. Ripple's CTO in speculations about XRP centralization. The debates surrounding XRP and XRPL and the possibility of XRP's inclusion in the US crypto reserve shows no signs of slowing down. Some within the crypto community, particularly Bitcoin supporters, remain skeptical of XRP's structure, with prominent voices questioning Ripple's role and influence. One of the loudest critics is Pierre Rochard, VP Research at Riot Platforms, a major Bitcoin mining firm. He has suggested that Ripple could theoretically fork the XRPL software, alter escrow locks, and even introduce trillions of more XRP into the supply. For him, the total control Ripple allegedly holds undermines any claims of decentralization and creates vulnerabilities in the ecosystem. David Schwartz did respond. His explanation of how XRPL works painted a very different picture, one where decentralization isn't just theoretical, but a functional reality. Schwartz outlined the XRPL relies on a consensus algorithm, not proof of work, to ensure agreement on transactions. Unlike Bitcoin mining, XRPL validators are not compensated, reducing incentives to behave dishonestly or control the system. And anyone can trivially fork Bitcoin software and remove 21 million Bitcoin limit. That's how decentralized systems work. Anyone can change them for any and only people who choose to run the changed code. For about the 400th time, for anyone who doesn't understand what validators do, XRPL actually has a consensus algorithm that actually researched and agreed consensus. About every 5 seconds, every node participates in a process to decide how to resolve the double spend problem. The conversation did not stop there. Rochard shifted focus to legal territory, suggesting Ripple's ownership of the XRP trademark gives the company undue influence. Schwartz brushed off the claim, asserting that such legal maneuvers would hold no weight in U.S. court, drawing parallels to other open systems like Bitcoin. And on top of that, we have the next article here, What's Next for Ripple? Top lawyer to discuss the SEC case. Ripple remains in the spotlight as its chief counsel, Stuart Alderati, prepares to share insights into regulatory outlook of 2025 and the company's next steps following its legal victory against the SEC. Alderati will also be participating in the upcoming XRP Community Day. Make sure you save this date and time in your calendar. It's January 28th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. As we know, the SEC sued Ripple Labs in 2020. The SEC is appealing this ruling, having filed its opening brief January 15th. But with pro-crypto SEC chair, the future of this appeal is uncertain. Ripple Labs has officially set an April 16th deadline for its cross-appeal brief in its continuing legal fight with the US SEC. Ripple's latest move is considered standard procedure. Tokenization, crypto regulation is in the spotlight. According to RippleX's tweet, the XRP Community Day event will feature an in-depth discussion with Stuart Alderoty and Vet, co-founder of XRP Cafe and XRPL DUNL validator, on what's next for crypto regulation in light of the expectation of a more crypto-friendly stance. The discussion will share expectations and the regulatory outlook for 2025 and likely cover potential regulatory shifts in their impact on the broader crypto market. The conversation will also cover tokenization policies and their impact. Tokenization has recently gained traction in the crypto world, offering new ways to represent and trade assets. XRP Ledger saw the debut of tokenized money market fund in November 2024. Archax is offering professional investors access to a money market fund from the UK asset manager ABRDN, which is part of the $3.8 billion liquidity fund. Ripple has invested $5 million in the fund, making it the first instance of an ongoing partnership between Ripple and Archax, which aims to bring hundreds of millions of dollars into real-world assets to the XRPL this year. So taking a look here at the charts for XRP, we have started to trade in another bull flag to the upside. So we have this massive giant bull flag. If we remember that, we've been tracking that one for quite some time. That has an actual target price of $4.78. Now, something interesting that I saw as well, when you take the flagpole, which is what the move is from, right? So we got the pennant here, the bull flag or pennant shape. You also have the flagpole. When you take the pole and you move it back from start to finish, where it started and where it took off, and you move it to the breakout point of this actual level, and we'll go ahead and zoom in and put it on the breakout candle. So this was the candle that was the actual breakout candle. Then we had the retest 2 days later, and it's been on the move ever since. So if you take that measurement from the breakout level, it's $4.80, but we are going to go ahead and use that retest level, be a little more conservative, and that's where we get the 479. The other thing that's interesting, though, the angle of this flagpole, so this move right here, from the breakout level and the move up, this pullback and checking off of the flagpole, this is just hypothetical, and it's just something I'm throwing out there. If we run this area and we get to the same exact level and it's the same exact play out over the same exact time frame, we would be getting there February 9th of 2025. Now, obviously, we're having this nice consolidation, creating another bull flag, a little micro bull flag here, plays out to the upside. And remember, we did just play out the entire back end of the triangle pattern. So the pennant part of the bull flag, you go from the highest point to the lowest point at that connection, and then you move that to the breakout level. And when you tap it at the breakout level, it went exactly to the top of where our price went. It did set a new all-time high. The all-time high was not $3.84. We've had a long discussion about that on this channel. It was $3.31. And now we are officially at a new all-time high of $3.40. And for those of you that are not aware, the $3.85 price comes from the kimchi premium that was only in Korea, that had a crazy spike to the upside. You could not buy or sell during that spike. So it is not an official price, according to David Schwartz, the chief technology officer from XRP and Ripple itself. So just be aware. So let's take a look at some other stuff, though. So we're going to find supply and demand zones. I've already got this one here. We're using the 2-hour time frame for our supply. I'm just doing some extremely local supply and demand. I didn't want to go too far into the future or the past. So what we're going to take a look at is, this is our recent drop before this little move up. And as we've made this run up, this is the lowest point that has possibly happened here. So we're going to take that and remove that for now. We're going to find the very last red candle in that drop, and that is going to be our support level here. All right, so we got this red candle marked off, and you can see right here, it has worked as a support, a support, a support, a support, a support, a support. We do not need to lose this level. We do not want to lose this level. If we do, then our next level of support becomes this candle down here, right here. And that gives us $2.80. And you can see that's when that price came and wicked down to that level on January 19th. then made its move back to the upside. So let's take a look at the moves to the upside. Where are we going to be running into resistance? These are all support levels to the lower level. So we got this candle right here is going to be our top resistance level that we are going to need to break through to break into what we're still looking for, that price discovery mode, because we did just barely tap that previous all-time high and then reject it off there. But right now, this is our levels. You can see it's already hit it once, twice, 3 times, rejected each and every single time. And this was also something that was interesting that was playing out when I was doing some of this analysis. This move to the $4.79 level, if we zoom in on that same angle of that flagpole, you can see where it has worked as a support and resistance line over here recently. So what I'm looking for is price to make a nice big explosion, break through this current resistance level, which we haven't been able to break through yet, and get back up into this range here, whether that's the next day or two. We're looking at $3.75 is probably where we're going to run into some problems. So a couple of things to keep an eye on. Now, let's jump into one of your favorite things. I know all of you guys out there ask a lot about this. We're going to open up our weekly spider lines. Okay, so here's our weekly spider lines. And if you're not aware what this is, this comes back from our previous all-time high, and it has a fulcrum point of our most recent high that we finally broke, the 2021 high. And then you draw a ray from these points on the way down from the weekly charts to the midpoint of the fulcrum. And it did draw points of interest into the future. So let's take a look. We're on weekly candles right now. And as you can see, last week's candle, which came up here, hit right off of our $3.37 spider line. This week's candle, which ends today in 46 minutes. So when you're watching this, great news, we are going to have a new weekly candle launching. You can see this one wicked exactly off that $3.36 level. Pulling back in a retrace, and the body of the candle is about to close above the white line here. Let's change this color to yellow, change the size to 3-point, and then let's go look in the past. Where did this one come from? So we go back into 2018, and this candle comes from March 5th, 2018. You can see these yellow dotted lines. And when you take this from this point here on a Heikin-Ashi candle, draw it to the fulcrum point, trace it to the future, and that's where our body candle is right now. Another very important thing that we've been talking about as well on the weekly charts, when you go to standard candles and you draw the line from these all-time high bodied candles, so January 1st, 2018, the weekly candle there, last week was the first time a full body candle closed above that level since January of 2018. And we just broke through that in January of 2025. And we have a continuation candle to the upside. Now, this week was a lackluster week with price coming down and trading sideways. Had a small move to the upside, going from 396 up to body closing at 305, possibly 306, only a 10-cent move this week. But the positive news is we now have a new all-time high body close, and that comes in at $2.95. Will work as an extreme support on the way back down. If we lose this, though, then we could be in for a potential drop back, filling in this gap here. That would bring us back into the $2.60 range down to the downside. All right, coming down to a smaller time frame spider line. These are our 3-day spider lines. So instead of a weekly candle, they are every 3 days. And as we can see, we have these dated off here. We're currently coming in off of a rejection off of our yellow line here, as we can see. That came from January 31st of 2018. Once we break that level, our next candle of interest I've got marked off here is from February 2nd. So the first 3-day candle of February. And when we take a look at the extension into the future there for us, that would get us up into that $3.98 range. But you can see how vital this spider line was on the 3-day candle, because once price got there, it wicked it. It never could officially break through this level here yet. We are still being supported by the 10 exponential moving average, so we are still bullish posture. Momentum, money flow, still green on the daily charts here. Even though these are 3-day candle spreads for the spider lines, we're on the daily chart. So we're still very bullish on the monthly time frame, weekly time frame, 3-day time frame, and bullish on the daily. We're waiting for another break to the upside. Got to clear this level right here, $3.28. Then make our way up into $3.99, $4 range. So now you know where supports and resistances are for XRP.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.